Hey everyone, StarCraft here. Well, it's Christmas Eve, and I cannot wait for tomorrow. This is one of my favorite, if not my most favorite holiday, besides my birthday, of course. And I just really want to give a lot of thanks out to everyone out there who's been starting to follow my channel. I'm still trying to figure out how many of those are people who are new and how many people are just my old-time people keeping an eye on my stuff. I don't know, but I don't care. I'm in a pretty good mood today, and I plan on giving thanks to my 6 true long-time best friends. The 6 people I can definitely say have my back, have been there for me through thick and thin, who are always able to make time for me, and can put up with a lot of my quirks, to say the least. The ones who haven't actually been there, who, whenever they've been in contact with me, be a good guy, good or girl, being a good sport, and it's always a fun blast to interact with. And I'm going to go in reverse chronological order. Why? Well, once I tell you my first and my most recent best friend, I'm sure a lot of you understand. The first one is Tristen, aka Nerdette from Nerdist Newsstand. Okay, those of you out there probably are aware of it. Looks some of this, but I'll get this out of the way first and foremost. Yes, like a lot of people, I had a bit of a crush on her, but that's mostly diminished since then. We've interacted plenty of times on and off, and she and we have become very good friends. Very good friends. I'm able to always talk to her, she's able to talk to me, and there are times where I have my little freak out meltdowns, I'm sure many of you have seen, and she's been one of those who's been able to calm me down. And many people have usually just turned away from me. A lot of girls have turned away from me too whenever I get like that. But Tristen, she's always been able to help me out and just talk me through, and that among other things. She's also been the big inspiration for me starting this channel. So many times out there have been other people I've wanted to do this. You know, I want to do podcasting. That's become a bit of a no-go zone lately, through reasons I won't go into. I try to do full-on internet reviews, like Nostalgia Critic and all that. Yeah, that's a bit too complicated for me, I openly admit. But I then started doing my own review shows, but even I didn't work up the courage. Then I saw Tristen doing Nerdist Newsstand, and I just thought, hey, wait a minute, I can do it like that. And yeah, I started basing a little bit of my style off of her, but then started doing my own way with it, and well, look at me now. I'm struggling, but Tristen, I was there watching her when she started, at least with this channel, and she has been exploding with popularity. To the point where I hope she doesn't leave me in the dust. You wouldn't do that, would you, Tristen? But she deserves everything she's having come her way, and I couldn't be more proud as a friend. And that is why she joins that group, because of all those reasons. She's like a sister to me now at this point, and I'm so glad for that. So yeah, Tris, keep on rocking. Hope you make it to 1,000. My next most recent friend, been a friend for me for a good length of time now, is Jonathan, aka Charizardag. He's a guy I met through a lot of most of my friends who are here through the fan fiction community, and he's basically been one of the guys I would always go to, and we would talk about stuff. He's always good at keeping it secret, but what really helped and makes it seal the deal is he always tries to make time and keep me up to date on if he's able to interact or not. Completely understandable if he can't. But more importantly, he and I do not share political views that much. I'm right of center. He's on the left, although I'm more left of center. But when there was a point where he was retweeting a bunch of Tumblr stuff that made me feel a little ill because of the politics, I politely asked him, dude, I'm sorry, I cannot follow you on Tumblr if you keep doing this. And then he stopped, because he realized, okay, some of those were impulse retweet and re-sharings or whatever, and he didn't realize it was hurting someone like me, and he stopped because he's a friend. I mean, there's more to it going on, but that one was a moment I won't ever forget. And he and I are just always looking out for each other whenever we can online. Always trying to say, hey, what's up? And all that. Just this year, we just finally decided to do a gift and sharing thing going on, and I sent him one thing and he sent me a whole bunch of other stuff. Man, I feel a little bad for feeling like a cheapskate. But yeah, John, Char, whichever, thanks as well for being a friend. Then there's my other more recent friend, and maybe I'm mixing him and Char up in chronological order, but this is also one of my bestest friends, and that would be Alex, aka Kingdom Key 23. Alex and I met a couple years ago, and he is by far one of the nicest, most kindest people I've ever known. He's one of those guys who rarely gets angry. If he does, watch out. But he's rarely able to lose his cool feels. And he's one of the few people I've known online who I eventually met in person, and we have this yearly back and forth where I visit him, he visits me. And we always hang out, and it's always some of the best times of my life. Every year we look forward to it. And we just have a blast doing it. And he's always there as well too. Like if he sees something going wrong with me online or something, he's always quick to contact me saying, hey dude, you alright? What's wrong? And either he'll talk me down or I just tell him, no, dude, it's fine. Here's the reason why. And he's like, oh, okay, just want to make sure you're alright. That really means a lot to me when someone does that. I've learned through my time online, not many people will do that. Not many will at all, and I really do appreciate it. He's always one of the ones who's able to have my back, unless he doesn't want to and he feels like it's not, I'm in the wrong, in which case he'll tell me, but he's almost always going to be there. Then there's one of my other truest friends, Eric Nowen, and I'll put his screen name in there, and his Twitter handle in there. Keep forgetting it. Guys should check him out. Eric and I, our relationship is kind of on the always rocky times sometimes, because he and I, we're so much alike as guys that we sometimes butt heads way too often. But throughout all those moments, we can also be the best of the friends, always talking with each other, sharing ideas, just chewing the shit, what have you. We are always having a good time, and Eric's always being there for me. I'm always being there for him. He's helped me expand so many of my ideas, and I would not be anywhere where I'm at if it wasn't for people like him or Char or another friend I'll get to. In fact, I just realized I put Eric sooner than another person, but I'll get to that. And I will also say that Eric's one of the other few people I've known online that I've met in person, mostly because he lived in the same area as Alex for a good while. And again, we've had a blast interacting, fun times, great to know him. It's been well worth having these guys as friends. Then there's my friend Dan. Dan, he, more than so many others besides Eric, has really expanded so much of my ideas and concepts. Dan is the guy who's drawn so many of the sketches that I've shared out before. The ones I would take to conventions to have people make commissions off of. And Dan, I haven't heard from him in well over a year now. Last time I heard he was in Oklahoma, and I really hope he's alright. But Dan, for the times whenever we have interacted, we've always had a blast. He's on the kind of guy who's able to hear me out, we talk things out, share ideas. I come up with a general concept. Next thing I know, a few days later, he's expanded in a way that I'm like, dude, that is awesome. Why didn't I think of that? And it just feels like he's one of those guys who really loves things just as much as I do and really feels strongly about things, our ideas. And like I said, I really hope he's doing fine. If any of you guys are in Oklahoma, maybe let me contact me, and then maybe I could tell you what I do know of him, and you could tell me if you could know where he's at. Something, I don't know, but I'm a little worried because when he gets out kind of like that, I never know what happens. But yeah, Dan's also a great guy. And last but certainly not least, my oldest friend, my longest friend, my very first best friend, Nick. Nick and I met, I think it was first grade. It was definitely elementary school. It's been so long now, but he and I would hang out all the time. All the time. We just were, for the longest time, I wouldn't say inseparable, but we had each other's back so much. And he was one of those also who, back then, I didn't know much about my quirks, but he didn't care. He was like, hey, Robert's my buddy. Robert's my pal. Then I moved from where I used to live, and we kind of fell out of contact, but when I was in marching band and he was in marching band, if our two bands were close, we would try to find each other and say, hey, what's up? And then, for a while afterwards, then we lost contact yet again. Until last year, and this year I should say, at Motor City Comic Con, where I followed him on Twitter. He then said, hey, you just tweeted out that you were going to be there. I'm going to be there. Let's meet up. And we finally did on the Sunday, the day I do my volunteering, but we took time to meet up and say, hey, how's it going? Get caught up and everything. It felt like nothing really changed at all. And again, the fact that he's a guy who was like, dude, hey, let's meet up. I have no one else in any of my years of school who's done that. Who's seen me, found me online and say, hey, let's meet up again. And that speaks so much about how tight our friendship was. Nick will always be one of the best. And I'm so grateful for all these friends of mine. So grateful for every one of them, because I don't know where I would be right now if it wasn't for some of them. For some of them to talk me down or help me out, what have you. It really means a lot. And I didn't think I'd get emotional doing all this. But that's it about my friends. Now I just want to talk about the future of my channel. After doing the poll, I've decided, since the poll was actually a bit on the closer side than I thought it was going to be, I am going to do some changes. But not uber drastic changes. For one thing, I'm going to do, and from now on, if I am going to be spoiler filled, I'm going to put that on my thumbnails. The spoiler review. If I'm not, there won't be a tag there. And I will try to do a bit more spoiler-free videos from here on out. I'm also going to start doing a bit more of the do a few pages to talk about it, then give my opinions there, then keep on going, doing that style. I'm going to give that a try, see how it goes. I'm also going to probably do a bit more things like talk about movies or talk about a series of a comics or a bunch of issues, things like that, without doing full-on summaries. I'm, again, going to keep on experimenting as the year goes on, but I really hope to expand this channel. I'm not going to explode like Nerdette has, that's for sure. I'm not banking on it. I don't think I'll ever get a shout out from someone like DNC or anyone like that. Really, I'm not banking on it. I'm not expecting on it. So I'm not even trying to hope for it. But I really, really just hope I can make this be something of a good channel. Even if it means just being a footnote and everything, I don't care. I don't care. I'm sticking this through. I am not going to stop. And I thank you all for everything. Have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and may 2019 be great for everyone. Yes, even those we wish would just shut the hell up. Take care. See ya.